Hello. Hi, friends. I'm Jen. Welcome to Be Set Free. Wanted to talk to you today about trauma after narcissistic abuse. I want to talk to you about the feelings we have of despair and desperation that keep us going back to our abusers, that keep us in the cycle of narcissistic abuse, that keep us from allowing ourselves to be alone to heal, that keep us making bad choices, that keep us around toxic people. Okay? So I wanted to talk to you about that devastation feeling. Once you have been discarded, you cut out the relationship, or for whatever reason you find yourself alone. Maybe you have broken off the relationship, you know it's best, and you are alone. And we feel so relieved at first. Feels great. And then within a few days, or maybe sooner, all of a sudden, the black hole pit of emotion opens up and we don't know how to process it. We feel horrible. We feel desperate. We feel depressed. We feel so bad. And I want to talk to you about self-soothing. I want to talk to you about processing emotions and embracing them. I want to talk to you about how to break this cycle so you can start healing and move on with your life. So, what happened in childhood was we were neglected emotionally. We were abused emotionally. We were not valid emotion. Our emotions were not validated. And as a result, we have all sorts of issues surrounding our emotions, okay? So what happened in childhood was we had an emotion, we were upset about something, and our parents, instead of embracing us, they shunned us. They told us that our emotions were not okay. They told us to get away from them, possibly. They sent us to our rooms so they wouldn't have to hear us having emotions. They beat us so that we would shut up. They told us our emotions were stupid. They told us that we didn't make any sense because we felt that way. They did everything wrong surrounding our emotions. And of course, we learned that our emotions are not okay. We learned that although we have emotions, we're not entitled to our emotions. We learned that we don't matter. We did not learn how to process our emotions. What should have happened in childhood was we had an emotion. We had emotions. And the parent or caregiver was supposed to come alongside us and say, hey, I see you're really upset. What's going on? And then we were supposed to be able to tell them what's happening. They were supposed to come over and give us a hug. They were supposed to be our safe place and allow us to process and cry and scream and be upset. And then they were supposed to say, validate us and say, wow, I totally understand how you feel, and how you feel makes sense. And I am here for you, and I love you, and you're amazing. And I'm so sorry that happened to you. And then they were supposed to walk us through the process of not only calming down, but also how do we fix this problem? How should we handle this situation? And then walking us through this process with our emotions and with the situations in our lives, we would learn how to do that for ourselves, right? But we didn't get that. So now we have trauma. Now we have trauma. I want to talk to you only about the part about our feelings, like I stated. I only want to talk to you about that part. getting help to heal from narcissistic abuse is there's a lot of different facets to it, okay? And in this video, I'm going to talk about the feeling part. So what's happened is now you're alone for whatever reason, and you feel like you're falling into the black hole pit with your emotions. You feel like hell. You feel horrible. You're crying. You're devastated. And it feels like if you feel those feelings anymore, you are going to either just vaporize, or you feel like you're gonna die, or you feel like you're gonna be stuck forever. And I want to tell you, friends, that although the feelings feel like that, and it's totally normal for you to feel that way right now, considering everything in your life, you are not going to die, okay? You are not going to cease to exist. You're okay, and it's going to be okay, all right? So what needs to happen now is you need to allow yourself to feel your emotions. And I know it's scary. It feels overwhelming. I know that. But guess what? Now as a grown-up, you get to teach yourself how to process your emotions. You get to parent yourself and teach yourself how to self-soothe. You can do this as a grown-up. I did it. I learned how to do it as a grown-up. Okay? I'm 47. I learned this. You can too. It's a very simple process. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay? So what we need to do is to allow ourselves to feel emotions. You need to allow yourself 15 minutes, let's say, to fully feel what you're feeling. And you may be saying, Jen, I am so sick of feeling what I'm feeling. I don't want to feel it anymore. That's the whole point. Hear me out, okay? We feel like if we feel our feelings, they're never going to stop and they're going to overwhelm us. So I want you to allow yourself 15 minutes to feel your feelings. Put on a timer, watch the clock, do what you have to do. At the end of the 15 minutes, you're going to break the pattern. You're going to say, okay, you're going to distract yourself. You're going to say, it's been 15 minutes. What I would do is I would get up and I would either just start cleaning the house like crazy. That was one thing I would do. I love to clean when I'm upset. And that starts getting my body moving. And after a while, it starts taking my mind off of the intensity of the feelings. It breaks it. Another great thing to do at the end of your 15 minutes of feeling, and it's time to stop now, is to throw on your headphones, plug them into your cell phone, and throw on a video from YouTube, whatever you want to listen to. Narcissistic abuse videos, self-improvement videos, how to heal. Maybe you throw on some music instead. Okay, you throw on those headphones and you go outside and you go for a walk. And you walk. You walk however long you have time for. And if you have a lot of time, you walk until you feel like coming back. Okay? That's huge right there. That will break the pattern and you'll be like, wow, okay, actually I do feel still pretty bad, but I stopped feeling my intense feelings. I actually feel a little better. Okay? Now I want to tell you, that's pretty simple, right? It's not easy, but it's simple. And it's a new pattern I want you to do. I want you to start doing this throughout the day. At first, you're going to have to do this several times during the day. Okay? In there, I want you to tell yourself that you love yourself, that you validate, you see how much you are upset, and that you are going to take care of yourself, and that you're making a new way, and that you're going to be okay, and this isn't forever. Tell yourself this. I want you to parent yourself. I want you to tell yourself what you would tell a child if they were standing right in front of you, feeling the same way you do. Okay? Super important. Feels silly. It's not. You're worth it. The other thing I want to tell you, feelings come in waves. That happens for everybody, not just you, not just me, everybody. When we have intense feelings, they will come in waves, okay? So you've conquered this wave. We did the 15 minutes. We did the distraction. Whoop! Now another wave is coming. Okay, allow yourself to feel it. Allow the emotions to come over you. Give yourself a time limit. Maybe you only have 5 minutes. Whatever your schedule is for the day. Repeat the process over again. Now what's going to happen is you're going to start to learn that you can feel the feelings, you can survive them, you can stop them after a period of time. You can go do something else, and then you can process them when they come back again. And the waves of feelings, the frequency of the waves will get further and further in between every time you do this. The longer you do this for. Maybe your waves of emotions are coming every half an hour. Maybe your waves of emotions are coming every couple hours. Maybe your waves of emotions are coming every hour. Whatever it is, the distance between the waves, kind of like contractions when you're in labor. Instead, this is reverse contractions. It's going to get further and further apart. And before long, let's say a month into this process, you're going to be like, wow, I'm getting waves of emotions every night. Maybe that's your trigger time. Maybe that's your time after a month where you just sit down and you have nothing else to do for the day, and suddenly they come. This is what I'm saying. And you still repeat the same process. Now, sometimes these waves of emotions they're so intense, it requires somebody to go through it with you. You need a counselor, and that's okay. Maybe you need a support group that you can text or hop on Facebook Messenger with, or video chat, however, whatever support group you find for narcissistic abuse, or whatever abuse you went through, or whatever your situation was and you're having overwhelming feelings. Sometimes the feelings can be so intense because what we've been through has been just so incredibly shitty that we need somebody to do it with us. Please, please, don't do it alone. You need to get some help at that point. I did. And knowing that I had that counselor appointment set up was huge. It helped take some of the pressure off. Knowing once I saw the counselor that I was going to see the counselor again, okay, I only got 6 days and then I can go back. It was so helpful, okay, you guys? It was so helpful. Don't do it alone. You don't have to do this. You have to want to break this cycle. You have to want to heal. This is hard, okay? It's so much easier in the short term to get a quick fix and do our destructive pattern of reaching back out to the abuser. So they'll take us back so we can feel worthy, and then just to abuse us even worse. It's so much easier to do that in the moment. But in the long term, it's killing you. It's ruining your mind. It's killing your soul. It's ruining your life. Sometimes instead of reaching out to the abuser, or in addition to reaching out to the abuser, we will start drinking. We will start taking drugs. We will start having promiscuous sex. We will jump into relationships. We have no business being in a relationship, okay? We have healing to do. But these are the things, no judgment. I've been there, okay? I get it. These are the things we do to take charge of our emotion and block it out and to make ourselves feel better in the moment. But these things are destructive, and they don't make for a better life. They make for a worse life. So what I'm telling you is, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're making a brand new way that you've never done before. And it's important you do this, and it is hard. And that's okay. But over time, it will work. Are you ready? It's time. I am here for you to talk to you about this. I have done this. This was a very important part in the healing, okay? And like I said, there's many other parts. Please be sure to go back and watch some of my videos, because there's lots of facets to it. But this overwhelming, devastated black hole pit feeling, I think that's one of the biggest things that kept me going back time and time and time and time again to different situations I should have left. Okay, because that feeling sucks, and I understand and I see you. So please feel free to reach out to me at besetfreefromabuse@gmail.com. If there's a video you'd like me to do, I am open to suggestions always. I love to see your comments. I'm still new to making videos, and I have a small audience, and every one of you is important. And I love engagement. It encourages me to keep sharing, and it helps me know how to pray for you. But it helps other people to see your story, to see you say, oh my gosh, this is so hard right now, and I just wanted to say it. Or whatever you want to say. It encourages other people, okay, who are struggling too. It helps them see that they're not alone. Please, please leave a comment to help the other people too. And for counseling help, if you don't have insurance, or maybe your insurance doesn't cover it, or you're just not sure, whatever, maybe you want another option, please check out betterhelp.com. And you can pick a trauma therapist and a therapist that knows about narcissistic abuse. It's very important you get a therapist that knows about trauma and recovering from narcissistic abuse. Therapists in general don't know this information, so you need one that does. Otherwise, it could be detrimental to you. So anyways, I'm praying for you. I love you, and I hope this helps you. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye, friends.